I wanted to share with you my solution for hydration. So these are the three things that I really use. The first thing here is a bladder. I just started using this in my pack. This is the 3-liter Osprey. I'll go over that in a second. Plastic bottle. And of course, my purification system. We'll cover this a little bit later. So let's first talk about the Osprey. So one of the reasons why I like this bag is obviously 3 liters, so that's nice. But it had a wide opening here, not the small little spout, but this whole thing slides off and it has this huge opening so you can fill up water faster. I do like this quick disconnect, so you can leave this connected to the shoulder strap of your bag and grab this little handle and pull it out of your bag, fill it up, and then put it back in the bag. This firm plastic piece here helps the bag not get all scrunched up when you're trying to install it back into the sleeve of your pack. So I like that. Once it's installed, then you just reconnect the hydration tube and you're good to go. Also has a bite valve. Flow rate I found very good. When it first came out of the package, this tube was on the right hand side as well as this tie down. I moved them so that actually I think this tie down was on this side, but this tube I know was on this side, and I moved it over here because I just, for me, I prefer the hydration tube to be on the left hand side. So I use this as my primary way to fill it. However, this is great on the trail, but not so great when you get to camp. It's harder to get the water out of the bag for cooking your meals and such. So that's why I still take a bottle, and I will fill this up. So I got 3 liters of water here, or up to 3 liters. Usually I put 2.5 in there. And then I have a liter of water here, and I put this in a pocket on the side of the bag. That way when I need a little bit of water for dinner or whatever, I can just pour out the 8 ounces or such, and then make my dinner or rehydrate my lunch. So that's primarily what this bottle is now used for. And then for cleaning or purifying water, I use a Sawyer system. These little parts out of here. And I'm in the process of modifying it a little bit, so we'll kind of go through that real quick. I use the regular Sawyer, not the Sawyer Mini, but the regular one. The flow rate has been really well. It also comes with this little drink cap that screws on right here, so you can drink right out of it if you want. So you can put they come with these little bags, flat packing bags, and this one's for my dirty water. And so you fill the dirty water into this bag and you can screw it into the bottom, and then essentially you squeeze down on the bag and it forces water out into your vessel, or you can drink out of it that way too. So I always take this cap just in case I have issues with my other hydration system. I can just push it or squeeze it right out of there. Okay, so a dirty water bag, like I talked about. The problem with this dirty water bag is it's only 32 ounces, and you're not really gonna, well, I haven't been able to get 32 ounces fully in here. A little stream or whatever, you're trying to work on trying to get as much water as you can through this little opening, right? So I haven't been able to fill it completely up. So I've modified my system. Let me get this tubing out of the way. I'll talk about that in a second. I found this inexpensive bladder on Amazon. This is Northern Brothers is what this is. It does have this circular clasp, but it also has that wide opening zipper right here, which I really like, because when you're in that creek or stream, look, I can get my whole hand in there. It's easier to fill the bag up with a wider opening. Plus, if I need to kind of scoop up water, I can use that in the bag. So I can get roughly 3 liters of water in this bag, and then I just use this as the dirty water bag. And how I do that is, it also has this little carry handle, so I can hang it up if I need to after I get 3 liters of water in there. I'm going to cut this tube down. It's way too much tubing. I just got this bag, so I'm in the process of modifying it for my next hike. And I put this little gray adapter on it, and the gray adapter just screws in the base of the Sawyer. So again, this would be dirty water, and it would go into the Sawyer so that the arrow flows down. And then from here, I would screw it into this other adapter because I want free flowing, right? And what happens is with this either in my bag or in a bottle, this tube here will start causing a suction, and the water will come right out of this bag at a higher rate just by letting it hang than if I was just there squeezing it, trying to force it through. So I can get 3 liters of water up, hang it on a tree or something, let this tube fill up my bottles or my bladder, and then when I'm done, take it all apart and pack it all back up. And as you saw at the start of the video, it all just fits nicely in this small Sea to Summit bag. I'm not sure what size this is. It doesn't say any longer, but it's not too big. It's a small bag. So there you have it. That's the 3 things I use. A water bladder for hiking, this 3-liter one. I also, for a day hikes, I have this little I have a 2-liter in this smaller pack here, and I use the I haven't used it yet, but I've got the drops, the Aquamira drops that you add 1 or 2, but I don't think you can use that in a bladder very well. So if it's just a day hike, I might put a little bit of food in the pack and the water bladder, and then I'll take a bottle, so if I do need to chemically treat water, then I'll chemically treat it in the bottle. And I'll just leave this empty unless I need it. I'll chemically treat it in the bottle because it takes like 15 or 30 minutes, and then I'll just drink from the bottle. That way I'm not putting chemicals in the bladder. So that's it. And then when I'm cleaning up, I'll just take this. Because it has been used, I just try to keep it in a little Ziploc bag. And I do flush this. It comes with a syringe, so you can back flush the bottom out, so I do that. And then I'll take this, kind of wrap it all up. Again, I'm going to cut some of this harder plastic tubing off. And then I've got this softer plastic tubing. I'll put that in there. And we'll just stuff that right in this little bag. Like that. Can't forget my drinking cap, and we'll just throw all the pieces in there, including this, and that does it. That's a good hydration system, and then we'll get some of the air out of it there. And let's weigh it so you know how much this whole thing weighs. And see, we got 12.8 ounces for all that. And I'll trim a few ounces off once I remove some of that plastic. So there you go. That's my solution for complete hydration on the trail and in camp. Thanks a lot.